11.4, Pythagorean Theorem.
Ew.
The next two sections that we're doing will get you ready for geometry.
I'm just gonna forget. I always do. I like stories.
Well, might help you with Jeopardy one day then.
Alright.
Alright, the Pythagorean Theorem. If you have a triangle that is a right triangle, meaning that you have a 90-degree angle, this is going to be side C, side A, side B. Okay, C is always the longest side, which is opposite the 90-degree angle. And the Pythagorean theorem says that a squared plus b squared equals c squared.
Good job. You know who said that? That's Plato.
So the book is going to give you two side lengths, and then you have to find the third one. Okay? It's literally all we're doing with this section.
Wait, so like, is there any like?
I'm a wizard. James Gill.
Oh, okay. That answered my question.
Alright, so b equals 3, c equals 7. So we want to find out what a is equal to.
4.
No.
81.
Alright, so we plug stuff in. So a squared is what we're trying to solve for, plus b squared, so that's going to be 3 squared, equals c squared, which is 7 squared. So a squared is equal to 7 squared minus 3 squared. Okay, because we got to move this over. A squared equals, what is 7 squared?
49.
49 minus 3 squared.
9.
40.
So a squared is equal to 40.
I was close.
Now I've got to get it by itself. So if I want to undo a square, what do?
Divided.
Take the square root. So a is equal to the square root of 40. And I'm going to let you leave it like that. Okay? The book is going to simplify it down so your answers may not match the book answers, and that's okay. I'm just going to let you leave it like this just for the sake of this is just an intro to geometry.
Okay. And that's it? That's all you have to do for all of them? Wow! That's not that bad.
6. B equals 5. C equals 10. So A is equal to what? Alright, so A squared plus 5 squared equals 10 squared. So now what?
So then you want to subtract the 5 squared to the other side.
So 10 squared minus 5 squared.
And then you want to square the stuff, so it's 100 minus 25. And then that's 75. So it'd be the square root of 75.
Okay, now when we normally take square roots, okay, if you remember we talked about plus or minus, right?
Yes.
Okay, the difference with this, in case you happen to remember that, the difference with this is that we're looking for a length of a side. You cannot have a length be negative. Okay, side length can't be negative, so that's why we are not doing the positive or negative. Okay, we're just looking at the positive one. If you didn't remember any of that, then just scratch whatever I just said and just
Hope for the best.
give me the positive one. When the exam rolls around, a little different.
What? What's our exam going to look like?
Your test and quizzes.
Just gonna be on the zone.
How many questions are they gonna be?
I don't
Probably
know.
like 8.
Probably like 25.
Only 25 on the exam. Only 25. That's actually a lot.
But factoring,
What was I doing?
graphing, all of that's coming back.
If I fail the exam, do I have to take this again?
It depends on what your semester grade is.
What's your semester grade?
But there is going to be another like test or quiz probably next Tuesday on all this
I
material.
think my semester grade is okay enough that if I did fail the exam, I'd still pass on to math. I'm
You'd
not
still
sure.
pass on to math.
I mean, on to geometry.
But I mean, last semester I was pretty nice, I think.
Yeah.
I copied and pasted.
I don't know, I wasn't here for that one.
What?
I copied and pasted your old testing quizzes.
Hey, yo,
Exactly.
That's why some of the problems looked like they
Can we just shoot? Can we do that again?
Because they were the same one.
No, duh.
So I mean, if I decide to be kind.
So, Joey, get off your phone.
Guess what's
or
a
she'll
B
cry.
in French now and not a D? I know
Good.
All right, what do I do with this one?
Tomorrow, don't worry.
I don't know what
Same
math
thing.
says. I can't check grade link. It doesn't let me.
So a squared is 5 squared plus b squared is 12 squared equals c squared.
So,
25 minus 144.
Plus.
I take it away
so now you would add that, so it would be 169 equals c squared, which would be the square of 169 equals c.
Which is what? It's a perfect square.
That's a lot of math. You said 13.
Bro, I literally write
161, obviously.
Calm down, alright?
For real.
So if it is a perfect square, we should square it.
Yeah. But if it's something like this, the square root of 75, while you could take something out, I'm okay with you just leaving
What
it.
if it's like a perfect square, but it's like 1,876 and I don't know that's a perfect square?
If it's bigger than like 13, like so like 169, I'm not gonna expect you to know it. So yeah, don't worry about it. But if it's anything like 1 through 13, you should know. Yeah.
I know how that is.
And the only reason I even say this one is because we've done this one several times.
I didn't remember that.
That's valid.
So. But,
Number
oops.
10.
I don't know why I'm about to write a 9 because I'm trying to do
The
10.
answer's
Wait,
5.
can I try it?
I win.
Want to try it?
Yeah,
I think I should try it.
I want to try it because y'all say it too fast and then I.
All right, well, come up to the board and do it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, good.
He wants
Joey
to
gets
do it.
bored.
Well, now there's only. Go.
Well, okay, all right.
Thank you. That's all.
The problem only gives you this, but whatever letter's missing is what you're finding, so I'm writing it in for you.
Where do you want me to go?
Is that a cow?
Just right there, it's fine.
No. I want it on the.
Oh, that.
left.
Oh,
You got a Chick-fil-A basket for our auction.
that's
What?
a.
Oh,
That's a
yeah,
sub.
right.
That's a cow. That's a cow in a submarine costume.
Okay.
Same.
Alright.
Can you
It's the summer cow from last summer.
Bid.
bid on it?
Bid.
I said bid.
Are you getting corrected by the Costa Rican? We didn't know English till he was like 4.
Should I just put the B at the end?
That's up to
So,
you.
so that I just.
Well, it's the formula's got to go how it in order.
I knew English when I was 4. Oh, okay, my bad.
And you said
Alright.
Me? I'm not racist.
You're racist? Boom, you just said I'm racist.
Racism is bad.
That is bad.
Is it still stay square?
Wait, what are you talking about?
And I'll tell you what that value is equal to if you give me a second.
What? 25?
How?
Yeah, 25 squared.
It's not racist.
625.
Can be. Brandon does it better.
Does what? Alright. That's not even what I was doing.
I don't care what you're doing. Brendan probably does whatever you were doing better.
Oh, this? My shock rifle?
I'm not going to give you that one.
Just do that up here.
You ever seen that Gumball episode?
My April recap today was just you in the hallway screaming.
Don't worry about it.
That was my recap today.
Did you hear that, Mrs. Quinn?
Yeah.
Just me screaming.
Sounds pretty accurate.
I haven't looked at the rest of it, but the first thing was just Brandon screaming in the hallway.
I probably had like a test or something.
I don't know. And then there was one where you had no title.
Alright.
That does happen to be a perfect square, but I wouldn't expect you to know that one, so you're good.
Yes, I'm going to give my paper.
All right. Does everybody agree with him?
Did I get it right?
Let's see.
I can't understand.
All right.
What did you do?
So he is right, okay? A squared, so 7 squared, plus b squared equals c squared, so 25 squared.
I had to go like this. I had to hold like this. So I'm writing it down.
Alright, so 49 plus b squared equals 625. Okay,
That was so slow.
Why?
Alright, so hear me out.
I'm probably gonna just let y'all have a calculator so that you could do that.
35.
Whoa.
Your basic calculator that you had before so that you can multiply or I'm not gonna give you numbers that are that difficult. One of the two.
Give us a calculator.
Don't give stuff.
Is it 35?
I don't know.
So b squared equals 625 minus 49, which he found out for us is 576. So then take the square root. So b is equal to the square root of 576. Now this does happen to be a perfect square, but I wouldn't expect you to know that that's a perfect square or like what it is. Okay. Now if you have a calculator, obviously you can find it, but
It's 25.
it's 24.
Close enough.
Okay, but I would be okay with you leaving it there. If you didn't have your calculator, if you have your calculator, then put it in. If it's a decimal, just leave it like this. But if it actually gives you a regular number out, then do whatever. But all right, one more, and then I think we're probably good. A equals 9, C equals 41.
What are we doing both sections today?
Oh, okay, cool. It's like echolocation.
This is all we're doing today.
That's it?
Yeah, we're doing one more problem. All right, I want y'all to try this one. Try this one on your
There's some-
paper. It can be on whatever paper you're gonna do your homework on if you want.
There's a blonde kid?
Great.
There's some blind kid that uses echolocation and shoot hoops.
Why do you know that?
I thought you said a blonde kid, and I was really confused why that was relevant.
There's a blonde kid.
I was like, how's that relevant?
Where did the blondes are stupid say that? Because that's not true.
It's
Actually,
very
it's
true.
Yeah.
No offense.
I was about to say thanks.
Like, you're a teacher, so, like, it doesn't count.
It doesn't count.
It's
Yeah,
called
she's a teacher.
Mean
A
Girls.
stereotype is never real.
If
That's
you're a
not
teacher,
true.
stereotypes
So I-
don't
that's just a
fly.
stereotype.
Well, no, because we're talking about if blind girls are dumb, right? They can't be teachers.
It's okay, my check engine light, and I went and I said, there it is.
Speaking of that, I get my license next month.
It's a car.
That's exciting.
You telling me? I thought I still had like 5 or 6 months to wait, and then I was like, oh wait, it's May.
Are you signed up for your...
Behind the wheel. I've already taken it.
Oh, that's nice.
I have my papers. They're like pinned in my wall.
Nice.
Just like, cause I know I would never like touch them or move them if they're just like pinned really high up on my wall.
True.
Is that a
When I go to
9?
bed, I'm like,
Yeah. So obviously you're finding B.
Yeah. Joey had Joey didn't know that.
It's weird.
Look at that. Seeing the Charlie Brown.
What? Yeah, I have that.
I think we just I don't know why.
Snoop
The
Dogg.
red bear.
Yeah.
Her Snoop.
He's like, oh, I got it.
That's his talking.
I thought you just pulled that out of nowhere. I was like, I hope that's yours.
It is, yeah.
It's just-
Clarify that.
Fix what?
Oh yeah, we were talking in the hallway and we were saying
it's not yours.
the girls in the hallway were saying that we're purposely gonna like start doing something really stupid so you can
When I come out there,
just so you can because you just stand there.
you gotta do what Miss Greer comes out too, because she and I both like to watch whatever's happening.
Yeah, every time that you come out is when no one's doing anything, but as soon as you walk by, Sarah broke her book in half.
How did you break
I
a book
don't
in
know.
half?
Sarah found a way. She took it out of her locker and the whole thing was broken in half.
You know, I've opened my locker 4 times today and a book has just fallen out like right in front of my feet. I'm just like,
That's nice.
cool.
You're like, that's the point in the semester where we're at.
Yeah, 4 times, like in a row, every time.
It's literally only a week and a half until exams.
Oh.
No, it's Courtney.
Who's Gordon?
Don't worry about
It's probably in a month.
You'll be fine.
Don't make it big.
I really won't be.
Just believe in yourself, Brandon.
I'm still catching up.
Oh, it's too big.
You'll be alright.
All
And
I
if you're
know-
not alright, then you'll just The other kids.
Whoa, Gordon.
No, they're odd.
I'm gonna make it senior year. I already have my schedule for next year. And the surprising thing is next year will be a normal year for me.
That's nice.
4 classes.
But it's
Senior year, other than worldview and this
But it's
English,
hard, so
it's gonna be a cakewalk.
Yeah. Joe, are you done?
Compared to this year.
Cool. Where'd you get that?
Oh.
I've had the original.
No, I'm
I
not.
got one.
Just get one.
Yeah,
That is not it.
I don't think one. I don't think we're ever.
Hey, but let's say
41
you're missing.
times 41.
No, just kidding. I don't know.
I was like
1680.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
1,000.
Oh wait, it's a square. Wait a minute. Hold on.
So I got it
I'm
right.
not done with Gordon.
I just accidentally wrote the wrong letter.
Gordon is. Hold on.
The letters really don't matter.
Yeah, I wrote A equals 1600.
I'm drawing.
I got that right. Joey did it. He wrote 1.
No, well, because I did 41 times 2.
That's still not an excuse for writing 1.
41 times 2 equals 1.
Yay!
No. My final answer, I got 1, right? So.
Oh, what
Okay,
times
it's
one?
sacred.
Anything is
Sacred mirror.
How do you get anything 1?
Did you see the cat thing? Wait. Hold up.
3, 5,
Turbo!